What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here, back here for another episode of the Premier League Perspective, and we've doubled it up with Predict the Prem this week, seeing as there's non-stop football for a while now. So lucky guys out there get 2 episodes in one. So let's get straight into it. Let me remind you of the scores. It's 154 to Sim, 146 to me. The way the scoring works is 5 points for a correct scoreline, 3 points for a correct result, and both teams to score 1 point for a correct result, and then the star man, which is 2 points for a goal, 1 point for assist. And let's get into the first game, Newcastle against Norwich, which finished 1-1. I got 2-2, you went 2-1, so 3 points coming my way. What did you make out of this game?
Yeah, Newcastle went down to 10 men within the first 5 minutes, and obviously that kind of ruined their whole game plan. Norwich, despite the fact they played against 10 men for a majority of the game, really struggled to break them down. Looked like Newcastle could even nick it after they got that penalty, which they took the lead, but Norwich eventually equalising late on. But I think Norwich will be very disappointed with their performance because they really struggled against 10 men, Newcastle. Yeah,
they definitely did for the most part of the game, but I felt that I watched like the dying embers of this game, and it definitely looked like Norwich were definitely on top in the last 10-15 minutes, and they even could have gone on and won it in the end, but alas, it finished 1-1. I get the 3 points, and we move on to Leeds against Crystal Palace, which finished 1-0 to Leeds on the night. Rafinha scoring a penalty in the last minute. How many last minute goals did Crystal Palace concede? Both of us going 1-1, so no points for either of us on that one.
Time and time again, Palace coming up short in the dying embers. They really have started to fall off really badly with their not just results now, but performances starting to wane as well. So a bit disappointed with them, despite their good start to the season. Maybe they're reverting to the mean. But Leeds are starting to get ahead of steam now, as a draw and a win now in the last 2. So starting to pick up some points.
Yep, let's move on to the Wednesday game, Southampton against Leicester. By the way, this was a really good day of football. Southampton 2, Leicester 2 on the night. Sim getting it absolutely spot on with 5 points. I miss out by a goal. I went 2-1 to Leicester. But it was an exciting game of football, this one, wasn't it?
Toing and throwing. Southampton took the lead twice. Leicester pegged them back a couple of times. It was a classic case of Southampton having a strong first half, and then Leicester pegging them back in the second half, and it looked like Leicester could go on to win it. Southampton held out, and in fact, late in the game, Southampton finished stronger, but it was a great game of football. Both teams going hammer and tong, but Leicester probably a bit disappointed, not coming away with 3 points, seeing as, you know, they're the favourites in this game. So 2-2, probably fair result in the end.
Yeah, and Shea Adams carrying on his really good form recently, scoring a lot of goals for club and country. Yeah, and also a bit marred by a fan needing medical attention in the stands, which was worrying to see. Which was even more worrying to see in the next game is Watford against Chelsea, which finished 2-1 to Chelsea on the night. But that one really was, I mean, the game stopped for at least 20 minutes for medical emergency in the stands. Luckily, the fan was stabilised. But you went for 4-1 to Chelsea. I went for 3-0 to Chelsea. So you get 3 points. I get 1 point. But Watford gave as good as they got this one, didn't they?
They're so unlucky. Really had so many chances. Most notably, Musa Sissoko one-on-one, scuffing an effort.
We all knew which way that was going to go, didn't we?
Exactly. Right into the keeper's arms. Well, actually, I thought it was going to go Rose, to be fair. So it kept on target at least.
Well, we all knew it wasn't going to result in a goal.
Definitely true. Tuchel says after the game that Chelsea stole 3 points from Watford. So that goes to show what his feeling was out after the game. And Watford will be bitterly disappointed they didn't get anything for their really good display. So Watford again showing to be quite entertaining of late, but unfortunately no points to show for it. But Emmanuel Dennis, what form is he on?
Yeah,
another goal for him.
Brilliant. Amazing form. But with Lukaku coming back into the frame, I imagine Chelsea going to get to, I mean, if they haven't got to grips with the season, they are top of the league. But I think that with Lukaku coming back, it's only going to make them even stronger now. But let's move over to West Ham against Brighton, 1-1 on the night. You went 2-0 West Ham, I went 2-1 West Ham, so neither of us getting a point there. But Brighton stealing a point late on.
Very much so. This one had a controversial goal ruled out against Mikel Antonio, or it was an own goal actually in the second half, which would have put West Ham 2-0 up, I think, with half an hour to go. Very controversially ruled out. I've seen it again. I mean, it's so difficult to ascertain why they've ruled it out. I think they think it's touched Antonio on its way in and he's offside, but it's an own goal. So I don't know. I think I think it's harsh. I think a goal should have been given. I think they were looking for seemed to be looking for any excuse to rule that goal out. And I thought it was a really harsh
I'm not
melee.
complain about that.
Yeah, look, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it was very controversial. Maybe I'm just unhappy because it would have given West Ham 2-0. Could have been 5 points. But
but we made points on West Ham.
We did. And the last minute bicycle kick from Morpie, brilliant goal to equalise. Unbelievable finish. And you got to say, Brighton were probably worth the point in the end, considering it was a close game. West Ham looked like they could have won it, but fair play to Brighton for kept plugging away and got the draw.
Yeah. Let's move on to Wolves against Burnley. Finished 0-0, the second consecutive 0-0 for Wolves. You went 1-1, so you gain a point. I went 1-0 to Wolves, so I get 0 points once again this week.
Probably Adama Traore costing you that.
Yeah, I know. Adama Traore did so well in the early stages of this game, but it's just standard Adama, isn't it? You know, take it past the whole team and then with a terrible finish.
Well, there's a one moment, wasn't it? It was 2-on-1. He had Jimenez to his left, but he went alone and hit the crossbar instead of giving it to Jimenez, and that probably should have been the moment where Wolves took the lead. Burnley, though, was a solid performance from what I saw. They also had a few chances and probably well worth the point in the end.
Let's move over to Man City, Aston Villa at Villa Park. It's 2-1. It finished to Man City on the night. You went 3-0, I went 3-1, so you get 1 point, I get 3 points for this one. And Man City, Bernardo Silva, absolutely playing out of his skin once again.
One of the goals of the season he scored with an unbelievable side-footed volley past the keeper. What a finish that was. Jesus putting on a plate. Man City showing what brilliant quality they have. Really great football. But, you know, at 2-1 late in the game, they could have given it up with that, I think, Chukwuemeka having a late chance, really good chance, which Edison saved. Really could have scored. So City might count themselves a bit lucky they came away with 3 points. But at the end of the day, their football is just far superior, isn't it? And they're what a team they are, the way they play football, and it was well worth victory.
But Villa, they've been slightly impressive since Steven Gerrard's gone there.
Yeah, 2 wins, and they fought really hard in the second half to get back in this game. They got the goal and nearly getting a second, so Villa can hold their heads up high.
Moving on to the Merseyside derby, Everton against Liverpool finished 4-1 to Liverpool at Goodison Park. Both of us going 2-0, so a point each for that one. But Liverpool just too hot to handle in this game against a lacklustre Everton side. I mean, Mo Salah with brilliant goals, Diego Jota with an absolutely astonishing goal. They were just way too hot to handle, weren't they?
They wiped the floor with Everton. They just couldn't deal with what Liverpool had to offer. Their intensity, their pressing, their running in behind. Salah electric at the moment, and their front three. You know, they just can't be stopped. And Everton looked so unstructured. It was easy to play against. There was a moment where they got back in the game. You're thinking, maybe they are showing something. But Liverpool, it didn't take long in the second half for them to restore parity. So it was very much a one-sided Merseyside derby.
Yeah. Tottenham against Brentford in the next one finished 2-0 to Spurs, both of us going 2-1, and yeah, both of us getting a point really. I think we've covered this game at length, so
yeah, underestimated maybe how that we could get a clean sheet in this game, and well deserved 3 points for Spurs.
Yeah, I think it was just the Mura game in the back of our minds.
Probably.
But let's move on to the last game of the midweek clashes. That was Manchester United against Arsenal. It finished 3-2 to Man United on the night. You went 1-1, I went 2-0, so I grab a point there. Obviously, didn't see game because we were at the Spurs game, but I heard it was a pretty even game by all accounts.
Yeah, it sounded like a great game of football, toing and throwing. Arsenal taking the lead through bizarre circumstances. What do you think? Should they have kicked it out? Should they have?
No, I think.
You think it was right to score?
Yeah, I do.
You think Spurs should score in that situation?
Yeah, as soon as the ball went out of play, or as soon as the goal was given, De Gea gets storming up and starts running towards the ref. He wasn't injured at all.
He was down for a bit.
He was down for a bit, but as soon as the goal was given, he gets up like no one's problem and starts running towards the ref. I mean,
I think keeper's down, you kick it out.
Nah.
Keeper's down, you kick it out. I think that's common courtesy.
Nah, I disagree.
Anywhere in the Premier League, if the keeper's down, you kick it out. Happens all the time.
I think if the keeper's actually genuinely injured, fine. But
how can you tell?
You can't tell, but you know, he wasn't injured. You can't just go down and expect the team to kick out the ball.
I think a keeper. Usually in the Premier League, or what I've seen, when the keeper's down, you kick it out. That's what happens.
Yeah, but you can't.
Arsenal show lack of class.
They do have a lack of class. So we all know that. But in my opinion, if the keeper's not injured, you don't kick it out, and he clearly wasn't injured because he ran straight to the ref after the goal.
He didn't run straight to ref. He was down, and then he got.
He
then
got up and
recovered.
then stormed over to the ref. Did you not see that?
No, I didn't see that.
It was ridiculous, man. I mean, come on, man. You can't just the keeper can't just go down and you kick the ball.
He was hurt.
He was hurt. He wasn't hurt.
He was hurt. Well, why would he fake it? Why would he give him a goal?
And why would he get up straight away and
Why
run
would he
towards
give
the
them a
ref?
goal? What logic is that? There's
God
no
knows.
logic to giving him a
God
goal. He was hurt.
knows.
He went down. Arsenal should have kicked it out.
Nah, I disagree. But anyway, what else did you make out of this one? I mean, Ronaldo
getting a
pulling
double.
through once again.
Yeah, he got the double. Lovely first goal with the finish, first time finish. Good penalty as well. And Arsenal shooting themselves in the foot with Odegaard just after equalising, giving away a penalty. And Arsenal yet again, when a game where against one of the top sides, coming up short.
Yeah. All right.
2 losses in the last 3 for them, is it?
Boom. Let's. That is the end of the perspective. Oh no. Let's go to the star man. Actually, I went for Lukaku. Sim went for Son. So Sim gets 2 points and robbed off another point because it could have got an assist for the first
I think
goal.
it's harsh. I think it's an assist, man. I think it's harsh. FPL should be given that as an assist.
Why?
Because he crossed it in and he went in. It's a goal.
It hit 2 players after he crossed it in.
Yeah, but it's his cross.
Oh,
that
but I
caused
had him as
havoc.
star man, so I need to get that
He
point.
crossed it in, and the player put it in the back of the net.
It hit 2 players though.
Yeah, but it's his cross. I think it's a goal.
But if he crossed it in and it hit a Spurs player and then it hit the other player, then it wouldn't have been Son. So what's the difference
it
if
would.
it hit 2 things?
Why not? Of course it would.
Why?
If it crosses in and then someone shoots and it deflects in, that's a Son assist.
No, if it goes in right, and then let's say it hits Ben Davis and then cannons off another player and then goes in, that'll be Ben Davis' assist.
If it's an own goal,
Yeah.
then I don't understand.
If Son crosses in the ball
Yeah.
and the exact
Da-
same
and
situation
Davis
happens,
shoots.
the exact same situation happens, it hits Davis and then it cannons off the other player and it goes in. 'Cause that's what happened.
It hits Davis heading back the other way, like clearing it.
Either way, if it just hits him, because that's all that happened, it hit the defender, right? And then it cannoned off another defender and went in.
Yeah.
So what happens there if it hits Davis and then cannons off the Brentford player and goes in?
I don't know.
It'll be a Ben Davis assist.
If Davis is clearing it away, then yeah. I
Huh?
guess. If Davis is clearing it away.
I'm talking about the exact same situation.
If Ben Davis is the one clearing it away.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I guess it's a Ben Davis assist.
Exactly. So why should it be a Son assist?
Because he put in the ball.
It's the most
Great cross.
ridiculous logic ever. But anyway, that is the end of the Premier League's perspective. 168 to Sim, 156 to me. Let's move over to the predictions for this weekend. And let's start off with West Ham against Chelsea. You have gone for 1-1. Wow, interesting. I've gone for 2-1 to Chelsea.
I feel like West Ham, it's London derby. They're going to be up for it. They'll definitely be pissed off that they drew in midweek against Brighton. They've been quite good against the bigger sides at home. I think I know they lost to United 2-1, but they beat Liverpool recently. So I think Chelsea as well. Well, from what I've seen, look, Chelsea are a great side, but I can see them struggling a bit in this game to break West Ham down. I got a feeling West Ham might, if they get a goal, they might be good for a point.
Interesting. I mean, I think Chelsea will have a bit too much of West Ham. West Ham have on a mini slump at the moment. No wins in the last 3 games, and I think Chelsea will be a bit too strong, especially with Lukaku coming back in the side as well. So I've just gone for Chelsea just to sneak it. Moving on to Newcastle against Burnley. What have you gone for?
Newcastle's first win in the season.
Interesting.
I thought they
I
were
was
going to get it
thinking
against
that,
Norwich,
yeah.
but they obviously went down to 10 men. That ruined it. But I've gone for them to just sneak it against Burnley, 1-0. It'll be a tight game, I feel. But I've just gone for Newcastle just to shade it.
Yeah, I was thinking 1-0 and I changed it last minute to 1-1. I just think this game got draw written all over it. Newcastle, I think, have drawn 3 of their last 5. Burnley have drawn like 4 of their last 5. So I've gone for a draw in this one, 1-1. Burnley, not the worst side this season. I think they're playing all right at the moment. So I think they can definitely grab a draw at St James's Park. Next one is Southampton against Brighton. A nice little game down on the south coast. I've gone for 2-2.
I've gone 2-1 Brighton.
Oh, why?
Just to shade it. I've got a feeling that the way they play football, they very calm. They don't like to get the ball on the ground. They don't like to exert too much energy, unlike Southampton. So I feel like, again, I can see it very much a situation where Southampton take the lead, Brighton come back strong in the second half, and I got a feeling they might just nick it.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think Southampton, they've got a striker in Che Adams who's banging form at the moment. Brighton, they're playing good football at the moment, but they're struggling to see through games right now. I don't think they've won in a while, Brighton, or maybe only one win in a while.
Due a win.
Yeah, they are due a win, but I think this Southampton side, I think it'll be a ding-dong battle. I really do. Couldn't really separate the sides with Southampton with an impressive performance on midweek. So I've gone for 2-2. But as we move on, let's go to Wolves against Liverpool. I've gone for 2-0.
I've gone 3.
Yeah,
as expected. Yeah.
Same kind of reasonings. I mean, Wolves struggling to score at the moment. They're going to go for a really tough patch of fixtures now, and Liverpool just blowing teams away at the moment.
Yeah.
They usually win in over 2.5 goals, but I think this Wolves defence can stifle them somewhat, but they will get beat.
I don't think they can. I think Jota, Mane, and Salah are too much for anyone at the moment, and I expect them to get 3 goals.
Yeah. When I say stifle, still concede 2 goals. So anyway, Watford against Manchester City. Oh, we've both gone for the exact same scoreline. 4-1 to Manchester City. I think Watford will kind of come there with a game plan, but ultimately they're going to leave themselves way too open, and Man City are going to be there to kill them off.
Yeah, with the way Watford are attacking at the moment, I wouldn't be surprised if they find a goal from somewhere, but Man City is so clinical and they play such good football. I can see them just running rings around Watford, so it has to be a big win.
All right, let's move over to the Sunday games. Leeds against Brentford. What's your score?
2-2.
Oh, interesting. 2-2. I've gone for 2-0 to Leeds. I think that Leeds in recent weeks have stepped it up a little bit. Rafinha getting the penalty in the last minute to win the game against Crystal Palace. Brentford's an interesting one. I mean, if this was at home to Brentford, I probably would have gone 2-2, but seeing it as away, I don't think Brentford have been that good away from home this season, so I've gone for 2-0 to Leeds.
Yeah, I've just gone Brentford to sneak a point in this one. I feel like Leeds at the moment, they got the draw against Brighton and the win against Palace, but still, not convincing. But having said that, I can definitely see them troubling of this Brentford side. But I think Brentford might. They've also, I know they lost to Spurs, but they've been playing okay before that with a draw and a win. So I've just got them to sneak a point here.
All right, Manchester United against Crystal Palace. I've gone for 2-1 to Manchester United.
I won 3-1.
Interesting. I mean, I went for 2-1. I mean, I haven't been impressed with Man U of late, but this is Ralph Rangnick's first game. So I think they will win, but I think they'll struggle to win, getting used to a new system. Yeah, they're going to have that new manager bounce, so that's why I've gone for the 3 points. But I think Crystal Palace will come with a game plan. They haven't been that good of late, Crystal Palace, but I think they'll raise their game against the bigger side.
Yeah, but I just think United I think the quality is going to start to show now. Sancho, Ronaldo, Rashford, these players, I think they're going to start to score goals again. And I think Palace will probably get a goal just because of how attacking Man United will probably be. But I think United are going to start scoring.
All right. Tottenham against Norwich on the Sunday 2:00 kickoff. I've gone for 3-0 to Spurs.
Yeah, I went 2-0.
Interesting.
Same result as Brentford.
Yeah, I've gone for 3-0. I think Norwich are that much worse than Brentford, so I can see us getting more goals than we did against Brentford, especially if we come with that same mentality. If we should have scored more goals against Brentford, let's not kid ourselves. So I think if we carry on with that same energy, we will get more than 2 goals.
Yeah, I hope you're right. I just think Norwich unbeaten are right now under Dean Smith, so I don't see it being a cakewalk. I said they're going to lose, don't I? So I think they're definitely going to lose, but I just think it'll be 2-0.
All right. Let's move on to more Sunday games. Aston Villa against Leicester. Midlands clash. I've gone for 1-1.
I went Villa to shade it 2-1.
Interesting.
Under Steven Gerrard. They started life under Gerrard well. I think Leicester, despite, I know they beat Watford recently. I don't know. I just haven't impressed me. I think this season they're having a bit of a slump. Even in Europa League, they've had some bad results as well. So I think I've just got a feeling Villa are going to nick this one.
I think Leicester have been slightly improving of late. They're not too far away from the European spots in the league now. So I think they can definitely get something out of this Villa side. Obviously, Villa have had a massive upturn in form since Steven Gerrard has joined. So you've definitely got a case for Villa to win here. But I just couldn't split the side. So I've gone for 1-1. But I can definitely see Villa winning this as well, to be honest.
5 for Leicester.
Yeah, true. But they are getting closer and closer to the European spots. They were 15th a few weeks ago.
They're still in the bottom half, aren't they?
I thought they're only like 3 or 4 points below us, aren't they?
Yeah, true. We have a game in hand.
All right, so that is the Sunday games. Let's move over to the Monday games. Everton against Arsenal. I've gone for 1-0 to Arsenal.
I've gone for Rafa to get a point.
Let's hope you're right.
Exactly.
Let's hope you're right.
They've lost to 7 of their last 8 games, but I know they got battered by Liverpool, but I don't think Arsenal can attack like Liverpool can. And I have a feeling with the bit of fight they showed against Liverpool during the game, if they do that against Arsenal, they might be able to sneak a point.
Interesting. I think that Everton are just absolutely terrible at the moment. Not just Liverpool they're losing to, but they're losing a lot of games at the moment. So Arsenal side, they seem to beat these kind of teams that are not playing well at the moment. So I've gone for them just to shade it 1-0, but I don't think it'll be that much of a convincing victory. Just about 1-0. So that is the scorelines. Let's move over to Star Man. Oh, and it's all riding on the Spurs game this week. I've gone for Harry Kane. Sim's gone for Heung-min Son. Interesting.
Exactly. I don't know. I just feel Son at the moment looking a bit sharper. Played really well against Brentford, so I've got him back in my Star Man.
Yeah, I think that Harry Kane looked good everywhere except for the in the boxer against Brentford. But surely it's just a matter of time till he starts scoring again.
You have to think.
Surely it's just a matter of time.
He's playing well, so I think it probably is a matter of time.
And against the Norwich side, who we really should be beating, and we're creating chances at the moment. So I think Harry Kane should get on the score sheet this weekend. Albeit I'm saying that every weekend. So
it will happen one weekend.
Yeah, exactly, one weekend it will happen. But that is our Predict the Prem and Premier League perspective. Let me know in the comment section below who you think is going to come out on top this week, and let me know your predictions in the comment section below. Like, subscribe and comment, and as always, come on you Spurs.